pretty smooth because you have an understanding of the guys and what we're trying to do and the concepts of the plays. They're in the game sometimes, especially how it happened this last game early, where you obviously Rashee's a huge part of the game plan. You have to kind of throw guys in there and try to make that timing up. And coach tries to get that done in practice. He tries to throw guys in certain situations, but obviously there's limited reps. But I thought the guys did a great job of accepting the challenge.
Patrick, when you look back at the Rashee play when he got hurt, did you know in the moment how hard you got hit kind of in that? I mean, did you feel fortunate not to be hurt yourself?
No, I didn't notice it in the moment. I was more worried about trying to get the ball. But yeah, I mean, obviously, just trying to make a play, and it happens whenever you're trying to make tackles.
When you saw the replay, though, did you think, "Oh"?
No, I mean, when I saw the replay, I felt like shit that I hit Rashee. I mean, I think that's pretty much all. I mean, I wasn't really worried about myself. I was worried about hopefully his injury and hopefully that it wasn't as bad as it looked because I was the one that hit him.
Patrick, I asked Andy about Tyron, but just, I don't know if he's going to end up playing on Monday, but just what did he mean to your guys' locker room when he was here? What kind of interactions kind of stand out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think just me being a young player, especially when he got here, I mean, just seeing that type of leader, I think was something that I'll forever remember. The way he inspired guys, the energy that he played with. I mean, obviously he's a great football player. I mean, everybody can see that, but truly a great leader, one of the best leaders I've ever been around. And he pushed to get the best out of everybody every single day, and he treated practice like games. He tried to get better every single day, and that's something that has helped me become who I am. And so a great football player, man. And I'm hoping that he gets out there, not for me and my sake, because, I mean, he's a great football player, always around the ball. But I think Kansas City, getting to see him come back and be on that field again will be special for the city.
It stand out pretty early on that there were some traits that you could pick up early in your career?
Yeah, I mean, you sit there and watch those guys that, I mean, I watched him when he was in college and he dominated college football, and then get into the NFL and all the great plays that he had made, and then being able to see him on a day-to-day basis is when you want to see those guys that are the top of the top and how they prepare every single day. And he was one of those guys that you knew why he was great when you saw him practice and how he went about his business.
You talked about how you guys are going to have to rely on Travis more without Rice on Monday. Just curious about Juju Smith-Schuster and Justin Watson and your rapport with them and how big they now become.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those guys are always the guys that do it the right way. I mean, they're always in the right position. They do what they're supposed to do, get guys lined up, and I think having those guys is a luxury because you know that they're going to be there, they're going to get open, and they're going to make plays when their numbers are called. And so I think Brett Veach did a great job of continuing to build within that receiving room. Obviously, not expecting to have these two kind of big injuries early in the year in that receiving room, but having the support of the guys to come in and step up and make plays whenever those guys aren't in there.
Speaking of Juju, when the Chiefs bring back a player who'd been here previously, Jody Fortson, I guess would be the latest example of that, and Kareem, how much are they able to hit the ground running? And like maybe a percentage basis do they have?
Yeah, I mean, they always have a good feel for our main stuff, our base concept stuff. Every year in the offseason, Coach Reed adds new stuff, and the offense coaches look around at what we can do better. And so they have to learn some of that type of stuff. But I think you've seen with the guys that we've brought back is guys that are very intelligent. They're able to pick up the offense quickly. And so when stuff like this last game happens, you can throw Juju in there. He can run some of the routes that Rashee has, and he can get even and be in different positions maybe that he didn't practice all week because he prepares the right way and he's ready for his moment.
Patrick, injuries are part of the game, but you guys have been hit pretty hard so far this year offensively. What's the difficulty for you in adjusting to a lineup that's seemingly different every week?
I don't. Once the week goes on and you go through your game plan, it's usually pretty smooth because you have an understanding of the guys and what we're trying to do and the concepts of the plays. They're in the game sometimes, especially how it happened this last game early, where obviously Rashee's a huge part of the game plan. You have to kind of throw guys in there and try to make that timing up. And coach tries to get that done in practice. He tries to throw guys in certain situations, but obviously there's limited reps. But I thought the guys did a great job of accepting the challenge and being in there in those moments. And but Coach Reed does a great job of getting guys prepared and ready to go throughout a week of game plan. And we had an extra day this week, so I'm sure guys will be ready to go out there and play some great football.
You face a Dennis Allen defense, is like almost any week. Is there an expectation you guys are going to have to sort of do that methodical, work your way down?
Yeah. I think just very intelligent coach. I mean, someone that does a lot of different things. He's a game plan specific coach. Someone that it's not all about his defense. He looks at the offenses and what they do best. He tries to take those away, and he's really good at it. And so he'll throw changeups in there you might have not seen the entire season, or in his past, because he thinks this might work this week. So it'll be a great challenge for us. They play a physical team. They play extremely fast. And they have a lot of great players and veteran players, so they can kind of get away with stuff because they know what they can and can't get away with. So you got to make sure that you're really on top of every single check at the line of scrimmage and prepared for everything whenever you step to the football.
Can you talk about the big play, the 54-yard touchdown pass, what that did for the offense that day, and what it does for your receivers' confidence and the whole offense?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you hit those deep passes, it kind of opens everything up because defenses have to have more and more respect for any ability to score on one play. And it was big in that game. I mean, they were starting to get more and more downhill because we were running the ball and we weren't moving it and throwing it vertically. And so when we were able to hit that deep one, it kind of opened up the offense at least a little bit. And our goal is to continue to show that we can do that on a week-to-week basis, and even more than one time a game. So there was more opportunities in that game to go downfield, so I have to continue to push the ball down the field so that it opens up everyone else underneath.
We'll go a few more. We'll go Nick, Todd, and then Blair. Go ahead, Nick.
Patrick, when you're building chemistry with a new receiver, a guy you haven't worked with in a while, how long does it normally take for you guys to see the field the same way?
It depends on every receiver. I think we have a lot of intelligent receivers in this receiving room right now, and so I feel like we're all seeing the field the same way. But now it's about me just having that trust and giving them those shots to make plays in traffic and stuff like that. And so, like I did with Xavier on that deep one, I think there was more opportunities to throw even to him later on in that game. And so just continue for myself to give him those chances to go out there and make plays and be the receiver that he is. And that goes throughout the entire receiving room, the tight end room, and the running back room.
Todd?
A couple of non-football things. I mean, you're pretty excited about this Royals playoffs, kind of moving on here to be back here in town. What's your excitement level for that?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it's great for the city. I mean, I've heard all the stories about how awesome the environment was the last time they were in the playoffs, and they're going to go up against a great baseball team in the Yankees, historic baseball team. And so I'm just excited for these guys. I mean, they're hungry. They're playing great baseball right now. And to be at the K, a sold-out crowd hopefully, and get to see that October baseball there is going to be special.
And on our radio station this morning, known Yankee fan Garrett Dieter may be sniffing around for you for tickets. Is that appropriate for someone like that?
Yeah, man, I'll let him be there because when we hopefully win, I'll get to talk trash. So no, it's he's a big Yankees fan. I think if the Yankees lost this series, he might have to move cities. So let's see if we can do that for him.
Keeping with the baseball theme, it just occurs to me that because of the sport you play, have you ever been to a postseason baseball game?
I've been to a postseason baseball game. Back when I was in high school, the Rangers made the World Series a couple of times, and so I got to see them lose, I think, Game 5, against the Giants one year, and then I watched them lose, or maybe win the game that I was at when they went up against the Phillies, and they ended up losing in Game 6 on that ball on the warning track. So, I mean, I've had some close heartbreaks there with the Rangers, but the Royals are going to turn it around for me.
Thanks, Patrick.